Hello and welcome back. We are now going to explore printing, laminating, and cutting. You might be thrown for a whirl because thinking this is a cutting video and you see the printer up here. Well, actually, this is cutting out bumper stickers or full color t-shirt transfers. To do that, the first thing you'll have to do with your color poster printer is load your adhesive back vinyl. And that's what we did here. In that, the software that handles and drives the poster printer also drives the cutter. So you're going to see that as we set up our bumper sticker format, we're going to send it through the printer first and then simply laminate it and use the same software program to send it through the cutter that will then contour cut that decal however we tell it. So in getting started, you want to make sure that you loaded your adhesive back vinyl and that you set your page dimensions, your page dimensions on your GraphTech Studio software to reflect the size of the media that you're working with. I did that already. If you're not familiar with where to do that, it's under File, Page Setup, as with most software programs. You'll find that our software program is built like a basic word processor. So if you're familiar with Microsoft Word, Adobe, Corel, or any of the popular ones, you should be able to get acclimated very easily to the new software due to the similarities. In starting out, I'm going to go ahead and click on my lettering tool again, and I'm going to do a NYIT Technology-Based Learning Systems TBLS bumper sticker. And in doing that, I'm going to want my TBLS to be colored black, and I'm going to want my NYIT to be colored blue. So now we have a couple different colors out there. And I also, when doing print and cut stickers, you will want to turn off your weed border. The reason being is you have the ability to put any contour cut around your stickers or your t-shirts. So if you wanted to define the outline of the letters and be circular, if you wanted to do an oval and have your letters actually snap to the oval line, you can get very creative with that. To shut it off, you would go to your weed border setting and simply deselect the checkbox, and you'll notice that it'll go away. Another thing that you'll want to do is make sure for your letters that you choose the same outline as the letter color. So for instance, if I am going to take and edit the blue, I'm going to go to my line color on the NYIT, and I'm going to make it the same color blue. And you'll notice that there's like a little red outline there. You probably can't see it because the previous color was red. And it's just changing it, making it all one color. The reason why you have different colors is because this machine is designed to print and cut. Many times the cut line will be the designated third color. So you're going to see that as we go through this. I'm going to go ahead and change my line color here to black, and now both of my items are the colors that I want except for this one, and I'm going to edit that, which is the text dash in the middle, and I'm going to make that black, and I'm going to make the color of it black as well. So now I have a pair or my bumper sticker made, and what I have to do next is put what's called my weed border around it. My weed border, you'd simply take and hold down the left mouse button and drag it to the lower right. What this does is create a weed border, and it's going to show you that it's in red. If I left the other items in red, it would cut out all the other items. So we don't want to do that. We just want to print them. So it's very important that you differentiate your colors when speaking to the color of your design and your cut line. If you have red in your design, then you very well can't have red be your cut line. So you want to be conscious of your design colors and what you're choosing to be your cut line. Some people will use yellows and greens. You'll develop your preference based on the colors you work with primarily. But it's very easy to change. You'll see that as we go through it. So now I've made my first sticker, and I could do a series of stickers here where I could take this and select all of it and then go to my copy or replicate button, and I could duplicate this below it. And there's a button I'm clicking on called duplicate below, and it just moves it below. What's wonderful is if you had 10 or 20 stickers to do, you could simply click on fill the page. and it will go ahead and fill the whole page and flip them around and do whatever you want. So the reason why we represent this product is it's very user-friendly, and all of the items that you used to have to do manually as a designer or as a sign person, you would have to measure and measure font size and length and everything else. Now the machine does it all for you. And if for any reason you don't like what you did, you can just reverse it back. So let's say I really liked going through this because I only need 4 of these. You know, I don't need a lot of them for this particular project. So I'm just going to keep duplicating below and maybe duplicate below one more time. So now what I've done is I've created my 4 stickers, and I don't have to get uptight about, am I using all the right space? Is everything going to fit on the page? Because when you use the duplicate button, the software consciously saves your media, which for anyone that's in business or in education, it either gets you more money for your materials or makes you more money for your materials if you're doing fundraising or selling the job. The next item you want to do is you select all of your images, and you're going to put your registration marks around it. And I'm using the drop-down menu to put my registration marks around it. You'll notice that as with all software programs, you could either do it from the drop-down menu or from the key on the side. If you're curious as to what button represents the registration marks, when you click on it, it'll be the grayed out button on the right-hand side over here. So in this instance, it's the 3rd button in on the 2nd row of our control buttons on the right. Once I enter my registration marks, I'm going to turn them on. And what we're going to do here is go with these marks. Now, the reason why I'm looking at these particular marks, and there's a range of marks that are available as you look at this. Each mark type is used for a different set of stickers or application environments. They're designed to give you greater quality when cutting on the lines. Because in this instance we're just cutting with boxes, it's pretty straightforward. We can use the simplest of the marks. But they have an H-segment type 1 and H-segment type 2 that gives you the freedom to do more complex jobs. For instance, if you had a star with a lot of jagged lines around it, or a dinosaur that you were cutting out and you wanted to cut that dinosaur's bones or torso, you could do that. And looking at this, you'll notice that my arrows come off the page. That's a big problem, and we don't want to use that because those registration marks need to be read by the cutter. So I'm going to face them in, and now I have a good print ready to go. So what I want to do first is print this, and in printing it, we simply click on the printer button. Make sure that we have the Canon IPF 605 checked. You want to check your preferences, and it shouldn't be that particular model, excuse me. It should be the model that you have. We put many different machines out there. You want to make sure that you have the model that is included in your education workstation poster printing system. You want to check your media type always, in that it has to match what is on the printer and what is in the design software. So we just switched to adhesive synthetic material. You got to have adhesive synthetic material set here. And the machine will ask you, when you put a new roll of paper in, it won't let you go any further until you tell it what it is. It'll also ask you here too. So in this instance, we're going to go to adhesive synthetic paper. Now they both match. This is necessary for white point and drying time, as I mentioned in our other videos in the past. This is all set. I'm going to say OK, and I'm going to apply it, and I'm going to print it. When we come back, we will have our stickers printed, and we will be getting ready to laminate them and then cut them to show you a laminated bumper sticker. Stay tuned.